Come, little fire, hold my hand. You have the power, make me again. And all I desired is your embrace. Come, little fire, will you save my faith? We've been here all night. It's such a, at this point I'm becoming hip to the idea that this is a vocation, you know, that it's actually not a career. In a lot of ways, it's the last thing you want to be doing. It's a really, really difficult thing, you know. And I guess I've been lucky. I get to release records, I get to tour. All of that stuff in and of itself sounds really great, and that I have a deadly kind of life, you know. But the reality of that, touring and being broke and constantly waiting for the phone to ring, no security, no anything or whatever. So that's why I say at this point it's a vocation that I think I would get quite ill if I couldn't do it, you know. If the creative element of me just sitting there and that joy that I've always felt. And sometimes music feels very selfish to me, you know. I have a bunch of family members and friends and, you know, girlfriends and all of that I don't see, you know, because this is my kind of first love. And in answer to your question, I don't think I ever kind of said, okay, you know, I left home young and I went to New York. I don't know if that was for music. I just knew that I was kind of falling through the cracks here, that I wasn't inspired, and I was kind of a bit afraid that I was gonna, years were gonna pass and I was gonna be still stuck doing the same nothing, you know, watching telly and going, God, you know, I felt really uncreative and I felt kind of trapped, you know. The stuff I really love, the music that has always got me from the moment I heard it, you know, from Dylan and Radiohead or Arcade Fire or, you know, whoever's just making amazing music, it's just that incredible joy, and I just have to sit down and just throw my hands up and go, this is. And I recognize that not everyone gets that. Not everyone has that that incredible contentment of listening to music. It's the stuff that's on in the background when they're making the dinner and doing the dishes and doing whatever, you know. Oh, what's that song? And you know, it's a very different relationship, but mine has always been pretty obsessive. And you know, before the family got headphones, I for most of my kind of childhood, I had the speakers lying on the ground and just with my head between them. That's all. It was just fantastic. Just all I wanted to do, you know. I do have a very, very strong memory of like a Rolling Stone, Bob Dylan. I just couldn't believe people sang like that. They kind of spat those words out. I couldn't understand it. But all I remember was this incredible drive towards the, how does it feel? You know, to get to that, to get to the chorus. I remember just like mumbling through the words, hadn't a clue what he was singing about, and then the release of How Does It Feel? I just loved it. So I think, and you know, Bob has remained a constant, I would have to say. But that's definitely the first one that I thought, like, that I somehow made a connection with that thing that was up in my sister's bedroom as well, like that guitar thing and Dylan, that they were connected somehow, you know. It was only after I left school, or was asked to leave, or whatever happened with school, that I just started to read and become obsessed with kind of information and history and literature, and I became a culture vulture after school, you know. So if I wasn't doing music, when I kind of close my eyes, I do think of an old dusty library somewhere, the old corduroy jacket and the, you know. I think that's a nice thing. I think academia, just for academia's sake, like just going off and studying stones and bones and old Dead Sea Scrolls or stuff like that. You know, these like that to me makes far more fascinating TV than Eurostar or X Factor or whatever. You know, these people have actually chosen. They've equally heroic and equally kind of honourable people who've kind of chosen a career path and for no glory, no dial in your votes or anything. And so when I think about that, I think I'd like that. I think I'd like to be nothing, to be just kind of reading my books. I think it'd be nice, you know.
I'm sorry that you feel that we've not been like all. Look out, we got nothing, face will go far. We just quit.